Hi, self healers. Let's talk about what exactly I mean when I say self healing or self healer. Okay, sometimes those words just really resonate with a person, right? You're like, yes, self healer, that's me, and that's me. That word resonates with me, which is why I use it, and it resonates with me because I have been trying to heal myself in some capacity, body, mind, spirit, etc for as long as I can remember. I mean, probably 30 years. So we're talking 3 decades of reading self-help books, going to therapy, different types of therapy, different therapists, trying different medications. And I'm talking about trying to heal literally my mental and emotional health, and then eventually my physical health, because it really took a beating in the process. Because all of those things are so dynamically, intrinsically connected. They're interconnected, they're not separate. So we think of mental, emotional, and physical health, even if we combine those. Sometimes we don't always apply that to how it affects our life, because it does affect our life, our careers, our ability to navigate from point A to point Z in our lives. It affects our relationships, and not just our romantic relationships, our friendships, our relationships with our children, and most of all, our relationship with ourselves. So I have been navigating this in some capacity for a long time, and for a long time, I really struggled. I've tried all the self-care, all the self-help books you can imagine, all the different therapies, and some are helpful for a while, but they weren't sustainable or they weren't accessible to me. So I felt like it was a never ending cycle of setbacks. And at some point, because I'm just a really, really stubborn individual, I decided I don't accept this. Everything cannot just be a band aid. And I continue to struggle and suffer. And I just decided I was done with it. So my I've been actually training at this point and practicing with holistic healing techniques and different self-care and somatic self-care for, I don't know, more than a decade at this point. And then I got to a point where I was just like, no, I'm gonna do something with this. I do not accept that it is just a temporary fix. And that's what I mean when I say band-aid. Sometimes we need a band-aid. We're human beings. Of course we need band-aids sometimes. A temporary fix to our problems so that we can cope and get through the day. But to get real lasting healing, we need something more. We need something sustainable and something that's effective. And I started thinking about how separate all the different aspects of our human experience are perceived. Like, even when we think about our mental, emotional, and physical health, sometimes we think of those as being separate, and they're not. And whether we think of them as separate or think of them as dynamically intertwined and interconnected, it doesn't matter what we think of it. A lot of times we don't connect our mental, emotional, and physical health to the quality and comfort and our ability to thrive and succeed and move forward and flow in our lives. Like, sometimes those are internalized experiences, mental, emotional, and physical health, but they have a huge, huge impact on every aspect of our life. So I think at some point I realized just how much of an impact it was, and decided to do something about it. So here's what I did. I got, first of all, this term self-healer, it really resonated with me, but it had been such a frustrating process. I decided that that's where I was going to focus, supporting people on their journey, because I finally figured out what it was that was the bridge between where I was stuck with temporary fixes and nothing that seemed to make a permanent or sustainable impact. And it bridged me to where I am, which is where there is a sustainability and there is a measurable impact on improving how I feel, how I function, and how I show up in my life and in the world and in my communities and in my circles, my close circles. So Self-healing, when we think about the whole person, self-healing is really about our body's natural healing processes. It's how our body functions naturally on its own without us having to think about it every single day to heal and regulate itself. And it's also about our role in supporting that healing process, that natural healing process. The effort that we make, our role, means we're making an effort. If you resonate with the word self-healer or self-healing, it might be because you are driven to create some kind of healing or improvement for yourself, your life, your relationships, your health. In whatever way you're driven to make things better for you, you are a self-healer. And the key to actually making progress is to acknowledge and support your body's natural self-healing processes, because it is directly connected to your body's ability to regulate from stress. And when we support it, when we learn how to support it, and also when we receive support, because we can't always toe the line ourselves, sometimes we need help, we need support, we need a community, we need somewhere to go for resources, for support, for guidance, for celebrating our wins, for getting us beyond our losses. And so we're not putting our attention in the wrong places, so that we can get on track and move in the directions that we need to achieve our goals. That's why I created a self-healing support community, to support your effort, your healing journey, your self-care, your entire process, so you do not have to continue to have repetitive setbacks and frustration. So you have access to resources and guidance and support. But also, in this self-healing support community, I offer healing support to your body's natural healing and regulating systems. Holistic healing support for body, mind, emotions, and energy. And I also teach self-care that supports the body's nervous system and other parts of the body that are connected to your body's ability to heal and regulate itself at its most optimal level. When our body can recover faster from stress because we're supporting it, it can function better. When it functions better, we feel better. When we feel better, we function better. We show up differently. We can create new outcomes. It's all about finding a new way to respond to our discomfort, and we need support to make that happen. So I want to invite you to learn more about self-healing support. And I want to ask you, I'm curious, and you can leave a comment in the messages. You can reach out to me if you'd like. You can find a way to reach out in the description of this video. So I am genuinely curious though, does the term self-healer resonate with you? Do you see yourself as a self-healer? And if you didn't before, are you out there making an effort to improve yourself, your health, your life, or any aspect of your human experience? Are you seeking improvement or change or growth or healing? Because if you are, and you're driven to create less suffering, less struggle, and you really, truly just want to live your best life, to thrive, and to feel good, then you too are a self-healer. And I invite you to be supported in my self-healing community. If you want to learn more about it, you're welcome to check out the description of this video. It has a link for learning more. You can also sign up there. But if you're just not sure, or you want to see what kind of content, you're always welcome to reach out to me and request a tour. I'm happy to show you what kind of healing support is available within the community, and answer any questions that you might have. So I look forward to connecting with you, and do, whoops, drop the camera. Do leave a comment and tell me if you resonate as a self-healer. Just say, I'm a self-healer, because I want to hear from you. And I do hope that we'll meet again soon. I'll see you later.